Hey there, it's Sam, back again to have a heart-to-heart with you about life, success, and happiness. If you're like me, someone who's seen their fair share of ups and downs and has the wisdom that only comes with age, then you've probably been asking yourself some big questions lately. What was it all for? Did we chase the right things? And now that we're in this later stage of life, what does fulfillment really look like? We're told a lot about how life should go, aren't we? Work hard, follow the rules, save up for retirement, and then, finally, you'll be able to kick back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But now that we're here, things feel different, don't they? The promises we were sold don't quite match the reality. And that's okay, because it's never too late to rethink things, to realign our priorities, and to create the kind of life that truly makes us happy. In the next few minutes, I'm going to dive into some thoughts that have been swirling around in my head, and maybe they'll resonate with you too. If you stick with me, you might just find yourself nodding along, thinking, yes, that's exactly how I feel. And if you do, please take a moment to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what's on your mind. The illusion of stability. For as long as we can remember, we've been told that stability is the key to a happy life. Get a steady job, build a family, buy a house, and keep everything in order. That's what they told us, right? And for a good part of our lives, we bought into that idea. We worked hard, we made sacrifices, and we followed the map that society laid out for us. But now, as we sit here with the benefit of hindsight, we have to ask, did all that stability bring us the happiness we were promised? Don't get me wrong, there's value in stability. It gave us a sense of control, a sense of safety. But it also came at a cost, didn't it? We built walls around our lives to protect what we had, but in doing so, we limited ourselves. We stopped taking risks, we put our passions on the back burner, and we spent so much time making sure everything stayed stable that we forgot to live. Let's be real, stability can be a trap. It keeps us on the safe path, afraid to venture out, afraid to shake things up. But now, as we reflect on those choices, we start to see that maybe we leaned too hard into stability. Maybe we were so focused on keeping things secure that we missed out on some of life's most exciting opportunities. Here's a question for you. Looking back, what's one thing you wish you had done differently? What's one risk you wish you had taken but didn't because you were too focused on stability? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The myth of success. Success. That's a word we've heard our whole lives, isn't it? But what did success really mean? We were told it was all about the job we had, the money we made, the house we owned, and the status we achieved. Society made it seem like success was something you could measure, something tangible, like a checklist of accomplishments. So we chased it. We sacrificed our time, our energy, and sometimes even our health, all in the pursuit of this so-called success. But now, after all these years, we're left asking, is this really what success is supposed to feel like? The truth is, many of us are realizing that we were chasing the wrong thing. True success isn't about the car in the driveway or the size of our retirement account. It's about living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. It's about spending time doing things that bring us joy, that make us feel alive, and that give our lives a deeper sense of purpose. But here's the thing, we were never told that, were we? We were sold a one-size-fits-all version of success, but that version didn't take into account our individual dreams, our unique passions. And now, in the quiet moments of our later years, we're starting to see that success should have been defined by us, not by society. I want you to take a moment and think about this. How many of your passions did you set aside because they didn't fit into society's version of success? How many dreams did you push aside because you were too busy chasing something that, in the end, didn't bring you the happiness you thought it would? It's a tough question, but an important one. The retirement myth, retirement. For years we were told that retirement was the ultimate goal, the finish line after a lifetime of hard work. They called it the golden years, right? A time when we could finally relax, enjoy life, and do all the things we put off during our working years. But now that many of us are in retirement, we're starting to realize that it's not quite what we were promised. Yes, we have more free time. Yes, there are fewer obligations. But there's also something missing, isn't there? Retirement doesn't magically bring fulfillment. In fact, for many, it brings a sense of restlessness, a feeling of what now? You see, we spent decades defining ourselves by our careers, our roles as parents, and our responsibilities. And now that those things are no longer front and center, we find ourselves wondering, who are we without them? It's like losing a piece of your identity, and that can be disorienting. But here's the good news. Retirement is also an opportunity. It's a chance to reinvent yourself, to rediscover passions you might have set aside years ago, and to create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. It's a time to try new things, to meet new people, and to focus on what truly matters to you. So instead of seeing retirement as the end of the road, let's start seeing it as a fresh start. Let's use this time to focus on the things that bring us joy, to try new experiences, and to redefine what success and happiness mean for us. If you're already retired, or getting close to it, what's one thing you're excited to try in this new chapter of life? Share it in the comments. I'd love to know what you're looking forward to. The pursuit of happiness to the pursuit of happiness. This one is big. We were told over and over again that happiness was something we could earn, something we would achieve after we did everything right. The right job, the right house, the right retirement account, and then, finally, happiness would arrive. But we've learned by now, haven't we? Happiness doesn't work like that. Happiness isn't something you find at the end of a long journey. It's something you create every day. It's found in the little moments, the laughter shared with a friend, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the comfort of a quiet afternoon spent with a good book. Happiness is about the connections we make, the time we spend doing the things that matter to us, and the moments that make us feel alive. And here's the kicker. It's never too late to find happiness. No matter where you are in life, no matter how old you are, you can choose to be happy. You can choose to focus on the things that bring you joy, and you can let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. I'd love to hear from you. What's one small thing in your everyday life that brings you joy? Share it with me in the comments. Let's fill this space with gratitude and positivity, the fear of change. Change. It's something we've all been afraid of at one point or another, right? For years, we stuck to the path we were on because it felt safe. We were afraid of stepping off that path, afraid of what people might think, afraid of the unknown. Society teaches us to value stability, to fear change, and to stay in our lane. But here's the truth. Change is a part of life. And not only is it inevitable, but it's also something to embrace. Because when we resist change, we're really just resisting growth. We're holding ourselves back from new experiences, new opportunities, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Think about it. How many times in your life have you resisted change, only to later realize that it was exactly what you needed? Whether it was a job you didn't want to leave, a relationship you stayed in too long, or a routine that felt safe but unfulfilling, resisting change often keeps us stuck in places that no longer serve us. And here's the best part. It's never too late to change. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, you have the power to change your life. You have the power to shift your mindset, to try new things, and to embrace the unknown. Change is what keeps life exciting, and it's what allows us to continue growing, no matter how old we are. What's one change you've been afraid to make, and what's holding you back? Let's talk about it in the comments. the legacy we leave behind. As we get older, we start thinking more about the legacy we'll leave behind. But here's the truth. Our legacy isn't about the things we achieved, the money we made, or the possessions we accumulated. Our legacy is about the impact we had on the people around us. It's about the love we gave, the kindness we showed, and the relationships we built. Think about the people who have had the most impact on your life. Was it because they were wealthy or successful, or was it because they made you feel loved and valued? Our legacy is measured by how we made others feel, not by what we owned. The beautiful thing about legacy is that it's never too late to start building it. You don't need to have millions in the bank or a long list of accomplishments to leave something meaningful behind. You just need to show up for the people you care about. You need to spend your time in ways that bring you joy and make the world a little better, even if it's in small, everyday ways. What do you want your legacy to be? How do you want to be remembered? Share your thoughts in the comments. As we reflect on the years behind us and look forward to the years still ahead, I want to leave you with one simple thought. It's not too late. It's not too late to find happiness. It's not too late to make a change. It's not too late to live the life you've always wanted. The lies we were told about what life is supposed to be don't define us anymore. We have the power to break free from those lies, to rewrite the script, and to live a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling on our own terms. So let's stop chasing after the things that don't matter. Let's stop living for other people's expectations. Let's start living for ourselves. The joy in simplicity. Now that we've talked about stability, success, and retirement, I want to touch on something that seems to get lost in the shuffle as we go through life. The beauty of simplicity. It's so easy to get caught up in the hustle of daily life, especially when we're younger. There's always something to strive for, something to achieve, something to buy. But now, with the wisdom of years behind us, many of us are realizing that true joy often comes from the simplest things. Think about it. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee, a walk in the park with a friend, a phone call with a loved one. These small moments, the ones we might have overlooked in our younger years, are the ones that fill us with contentment now. They're not flashy, they're not impressive to anyone else, but they're the things that make us feel grounded and connected to what really matters. As we get older, the need for more things, more status, more money, starts to fade away. Instead, we start to appreciate less clutter, fewer distractions, fewer obligations. And in that simplicity, we find peace. We realize that happiness doesn't come from having more, it comes from being present in the moments that matter. Here's a question for you. What's one simple thing in your life that brings you joy? Is it a morning routine, a hobby, a connection with someone? Share your answer in the comments, and let's celebrate the joy found in life's simple pleasures. Letting go of what no longer serves you. Another important lesson that comes with age is the ability to let go of what no longer serves us. Over the years, we've accumulated a lot, both physically and emotionally. We've held on to grudges, worries, regrets, and even people who may not have had our best interests at heart. We've kept things in our lives because we thought we had to, or because we didn't know how to let them go. But now, in this stage of life, we have the opportunity to release those things, to let go of the emotional baggage that's weighed us down for so long, to forgive those who've hurt us, not for their sake, but for our own, to stop worrying about things that are beyond our control, to free ourselves from the expectations of others and live life on our terms. There's a deep peace that comes with letting go. It's like taking off a heavy coat you've been wearing for years and finally feeling the lightness of your own spirit, your own skin. It's freeing, and it allows us to focus on what truly matters, the people we love, the experiences that bring us joy, and the things that fill us with a sense of purpose. What's one thing in your life that you're ready to let go of? Whether it's an old grudge, a lingering regret, or even physical clutter, share it in the comments. Sometimes just saying it out loud or writing it down is the first step toward releasing it. Finding purpose in the present. As we reflect on life's journey, one of the biggest realizations is that our sense of purpose doesn't end just because we've retired or reached a certain age. Far from it. In fact, finding purpose in the present is one of the most important things we can do as we move forward in life. Purpose doesn't have to be tied to a job or a role. It doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being there for a friend, helping a neighbor, or spending time with family. It can be found in pursuing a hobby, volunteering for a cause you care about, or learning something new. The key is to recognize that purpose is about feeling connected to something bigger than yourself. It's about waking up each day with a sense of meaning, knowing that what you do, no matter how small, makes a difference. For so many of us, retirement has meant the end of one chapter, but it doesn't mean the end of our story. This new chapter is just as important as the ones that came before, and it's up to us to fill it with purpose, passion, and joy. Here's a thoughtful question for you. What gives your life purpose right now? What gets you out of bed in the morning? If you're still searching for that sense of purpose, what's one thing you'd like to explore? Let's have a conversation about it in the comments. Embracing gratitude. Every day, embrace gratitude. Gratitude, it's something we've heard about time and time again, but it's especially powerful as we get older. Why? Because we've lived through enough to know that life isn't always easy. We've had our fair share of challenges, heartbreaks, and struggles, and yet we're still here. We've survived, and in that survival, there's so much to be thankful for. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the hard stuff. It's about recognizing that even in the toughest times, there's always something to be grateful for. It's about appreciating the little things, the small moments of beauty, and the people who've stood by us through thick and thin. When we start to focus on gratitude, we begin to shift our perspective. Instead of dwelling on what we don't have, we start to see how much we do have. We start to notice the beauty in everyday life, and we begin to feel a sense of peace and contentment that's rooted in appreciation. So, let me ask you this. What's something you're grateful for today? Whether it's a small act of kindness, a good meal, or simply waking up to see another day, share it in the comments. Let's fill this space with gratitude and positivity. Reconnecting with old passions. Do you remember the things that used to make your heart race? The hobbies, the interests, the activities you loved but may have set aside as life got busier? Maybe it was painting, gardening, playing an instrument, or even writing. As we get older, we often find ourselves reconnecting with those passions, and it can be one of the most fulfilling experiences of this stage of life. It's never too late to pick up something you once loved. In fact, this is the perfect time to dive back into those passions. Whether it's something you used to do or something you've always wanted to try, now is your chance. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be for anyone else but you. It's about rediscovering what lights you up, what makes you feel alive. Think back. What's one passion or hobby you used to love but haven't done in a while? Or maybe it's something you've always wanted to try but never had the time for. Share it with us in the comments, and let's encourage each other to rediscover our passions. Building a community of support. One of the most beautiful things about getting older is the realization that we don't have to go through life alone. As we age, the importance of community and relationships becomes clearer than ever. Whether it's family, friends, or even a group of like-minded people you meet later in life, having a support system is invaluable. When we share our joys, our challenges, and our wisdom with others, life becomes richer. And it's never too late to build those connections. Whether you've moved to a new place or you found yourself feeling isolated, know that there are always opportunities to meet new people, to build new friendships, and to strengthen old ones. Community doesn't have to be large, it just has to be meaningful. It's about finding people who understand you, who lift you up, and who share in the journey with you. Here's a mini hook. Who's someone in your life that has been a source of support and inspiration for you? Give them a shout out in the comments. Let's celebrate the power of connection and community. Final thoughts. As we sit here reflecting on all we've talked about, I want to leave you with this. It's never too late. It's never too late to find joy, to rediscover your passions, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to create a life filled with purpose and meaning. The beauty of life is that it's always evolving, and we have the power to shape it in ways that make us feel fulfilled. If any of these thoughts resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What part of this conversation hit home for you? What's something you're ready to embrace, change, or explore in your life moving forward? And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Go Hard Journey channel. There's so much more to talk about, and I'd love for you to be a part of this journey with me. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you liked this content, please like and comment number 2, love. If it didn't resonate, go ahead and like it anyway, just kidding. But seriously, comment number 7 if you're still searching for something different. Either way, your feedback means a lot, and I'm grateful for you being here. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, you've still got so much life left to live. So, live it fully, with joy, purpose, and love.